What if the world's best doctors, with all their degrees, machines, and millions, couldn't save a dying child? What if the one person who could was a struggling black single dad with no medical training at all? 20 top specialists gave up hope on a billionaire's only son. They said there was nothing more to do. Until Marcus Hayes did the unthinkable, an act of pure instinct and faith that not only saved the boy, but rewrote medical history. This is the miraculous true story-inspired tale of two fathers, one with everything money could buy, and one with nothing but heart. If this hook already has you on the edge of your seat, smash that like button right now, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss these faith-restoring stories. And drop a comment below, tell me where in the world you're watching from. I read every single one and love this community. Now, let's dive in. Marcus Hayes was 36 years old, a single father raising his 10-year-old son, Jamal, in a small apartment in Birmingham, Alabama. He worked as a mechanic at a local garage, long hours, greasy hands, modest pay. Jamal's mother had passed from complications after childbirth, leaving Marcus to navigate parenthood alone. He wasn't rich. Far from it. Rent was always a struggle. Jamal's asthma medication ate into every paycheck. But Marcus never let his son feel lack. He coached Little League, helped with homework, and taught Jamal that real men lift others up. Across the country, in a Manhattan penthouse, lived Alexander Voss, 48, white, billionaire founder of Voss Pharmaceuticals, worth $14 billion. His world revolved around his only child, 8-year-old Liam, born after years of fertility treatments. Liam was his miracle, pale, blonde, bright-eyed, and now, dying. Liam had been diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disorder, Voss-Langley syndrome, ironically named after Alexander's own company that had failed to find a cure. It attacked the nervous system relentlessly. Seizures. Organ failure. Pain. Alexander spared no expense. The best pediatric specialists from Mayo Clinic, Johns Hopkins, Great Ormond Street in London, 20 in total, consulted. Experimental drugs. Gene therapy trials. Private jets flying in experts from Switzerland. Nothing worked. Liam was in a medically induced coma in the Voss family's private hospital wing. Machines breathed for him. Doctors shook their heads. "We've exhausted every option," the lead neurologist told Alexander one evening. "It's time to prepare for the end." Alexander refused to accept it. He offered a $50 million reward for any treatment that could save his son. No one claimed it. One humid August afternoon, Marcus and Jamal were on a rare road trip, a budget vacation to visit Marcus's sister in North Carolina. They stopped at a highway rest area in Virginia for gas. That's where Marcus saw the man. A well-dressed driver in a black suit stood beside a luxury Mercedes with hood up, looking frustrated. Smoke rose from the engine. Marcus pulled over. "Need help?" The driver, Thomas, head of security for the Voss family, nodded gratefully. "Overheated. Radiator, I think. We're stuck." In the back seat sat Alexander Voss himself, exhausted, holding a photo of Liam on his phone. Marcus worked for 30 minutes, diagnosing a cracked hose, rigging a temporary seal with items from his trunk. The car started. Alexander stepped out. "Thank you," he said, voice hollow. "You have no idea what this means. I need to get to my son." Marcus noticed the pain in his eyes. "How bad is it?" Alexander's voice broke. "He's dying. And no one can save him." Marcus paused. "I'm sorry, man. I'll pray for him." Alexander gave him $500 cash, all he had on him. Marcus tried to refuse. "I just helped a brother out." Alexander insisted. "Please. Take it." Marcus accepted, thinking of Jamal's medication. They parted ways. But something stayed with Marcus. That night in a motel, he couldn't sleep. He prayed harder than ever. The next morning, Marcus woke with an idea, crazy, impossible. He remembered an old story his grandmother told, a folk remedy from rural Alabama, using a specific combination of herbs and prayer for neurological inflammation. She'd used it on a cousin with seizures decades ago. Doctors called it superstition. But Marcus had seen it work. He called the number on Alexander's card. "Mr. Voss? This is Marcus Hayes, the mechanic from yesterday." Alexander answered, voice weary. I know this sounds insane, Marcus said. But my grandmother had a remedy, herbs, specific preparation. It helped someone like your son once. I know doctors won't touch it. But if there's any chance. Alexander was silent. Then, come to New York. Now. Marcus and Jamal flew first class, their first time on a plane. At the private hospital wing, 20 doctors waited, skeptical, arms crossed. Marcus laid out the ingredients: turmeric root, ginger, boswellia, feverfew, prepared in a precise tea with a prayer ritual his grandmother taught. The lead doctor scoffed. This is pseudoscience. Dangerous. Alexander looked at Liam, pale, tubes everywhere. Let him try. They prepared the tea under supervision. Marcus prayed over it, hands on the cup, voice steady. Then, carefully, they administered small doses through Liam's feeding tube. The doctors monitored. Nothing at first. Then, 12 hours later, Liam's inflammation markers dropped. Slightly. 24 hours, more. 48 hours, seizures stopped. 72 hours, brain activity normalized. 1 week, Liam opened his eyes. 2 weeks, he spoke. 1 month, he walked. The doctors were stunned. Tests confirmed the rare syndrome was in full remission. The combination of compounds in Marcus's remedy, amplified by modern analysis, targeted the exact inflammatory pathway no drug had touched. Voss Pharmaceuticals patented a new treatment based on it, saving thousands of lives worldwide. Alexander wept at Liam's bedside, holding Marcus's hand. You saved my son. Marcus shook his head. God did. I was just a messenger. Alexander wouldn't let it end there. He gave Marcus $50 million, the full reward. A new home in any city he wanted. Full scholarships for Jamal, through college and beyond. And a position, Chief Community Liaison at the Voss Foundation, salary $300,000 a year. Marcus accepted, but only if he could start a program teaching traditional remedies alongside modern medicine in underserved communities. Alexander agreed instantly. Today, Liam is 18, healthy, studying biology at Stanford, determined to follow in the footsteps of the man who saved him. Marcus runs the Hayes Voss Institute, blending folk wisdom with science, training doctors in cultural competence, and providing free care to low-income families. Jamal is at MIT on full scholarship. And every year, the Voss and Hayes families spend Thanksgiving together. Alexander always says grace. We thank God for second chances, and for sending a poor black single dad with nothing but faith to remind us what medicine really is. Because sometimes, when 20 doctors with all the knowledge in the world fail, the answer comes from one father with nothing but love. Marcus Hayes didn't just save a billionaire's son. He proved that miracles don't always wear white coats. Sometimes they wear grease-stained overalls and carry prayer in their hearts. What did you think of this story? Do you believe in miracles like this? Let me know in the comments, and tell me where you're watching from. Like, subscribe, share with someone who needs hope today, and I'll see you in the next one.